DogWorks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com.
You can support this podcast on patreon.com/firstpawmedia.
The mix of dogs and kids always requires supervision by a watchful adult, but parents would also do well to teach their children about safety in the company of dogs, because dogs communicate non-verbally. Teaching children to read dog body language is a good place to start and goes a long way towards keeping their actions safe and social.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is DogWorks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now, here are your hosts, Robert and Michelle Forto.
Hello and welcome to DogWorks Radio. I'm your host, Michelle Forto, and I'm the lead trainer of Alaska Dog Works, where we help you and your dog have a better relationship. Today, we are talking about dog safety guidelines for kids and families. Any parent or grandparent appreciates the natural curiosity and energetic nature of a young child. A dog or puppy is an attractive object of that keen curiosity, an animated version of a cuddly stuffed toy. It should be no surprise that most children are drawn to a puppy or dog like a moth to a flame. But a young child can't understand or respect boundaries like an older child or adult does. It's not uncommon for a little person to want to get in a dog's face or squeeze her affectionately. And a child's high-pitched squealing, whether from animated play or just plain enthusiasm, is to be expected. These two proclivities, squeezing and squealing, are antithetical to a dog's nature. Squeaks and squeals can trigger a dog's prey drive, which is difficult or impossible to turn off. Most dogs do not enjoy being hugged. However, heartfelt the gesture, some may even interpret a hug as an invitation to fight. Dogs in general, including the family dog, do not view children as authoritative, or an in-your-face stare from a pint-sized person, even with benign intentions, can be interpreted as a direct threat in dog speak. These ingredients, squealing or screeching, direct eye contact, the tight squeeze, which can also leave a dog feeling cornered, and the dog's perception of a child as subordinate, can potentially simmer in a volatile mix that boils over with a dog bite. The mix of dogs and kids always requires supervision by a watchful adult, but parents would also do well to teach their children about safety in the company of dogs. Because dogs communicate non-verbally, teaching children to read dog body language is a good place to start and goes a long way towards keeping their interactions safe and social. Let's discuss understanding dog behavior. A bored dog is more likely to misbehave than a dog with regular exercise, play, and human interaction opportunities. A lonely dog is more likely to misbehave, as dogs are social creatures and crave interactions with their human families. Dogs are never too old or young to learn new things. Dogs do not instinctively understand sharing, but can be taught to share. Dogs exposed to children early are likely to be more tolerant of them. Dogs need their own safe, quiet place to retreat when needed. Teaching children about dog body language. Dog language is nonverbal, but dog behavior speaks volumes. You can teach your child or grandchild how to listen to a dog by observing its body language. A warning precedes most dog bites. Learning to recognize the signs of a stressed dog or an impending bite will help your child know when to back off. Signs of aggression in dogs. They make themselves look bigger. This can include rising onto the toes, raising the hackles, and raising the fur that runs the length of the spine. Barking, bringing the ears forward or pinning them back. Stiffening the body, lengthening the tail straight out or raising it slightly. Wrinkling the nose and showing the teeth, with or without snarling. Signs of fear in dogs: cowering and trying to look smaller, pinning the ears and averting the gaze, possibly showing teeth, tucking the tail and perhaps trying to back away. If a dog feels cornered, she may try to induce the person cornering her instead. Why do dogs bite? Parents should teach their children that dogs are more likely to bite when they are protecting puppies, they are sick or hurt, they are eating, they are sleeping, they are engaged in rough play, they have been poorly trained or lack manners. Signs of an alert dog: stands tall, with or without raising his hackles, closes or slightly opens his mouth, with or without vocalizing, keeps his ears up and pointed forward and eyes wide open, keeps his tail up and might wag it slowly as he evaluates a situation and decides what to do. Signs of a playful dog: keeps her ears forward and tail wagging, possesses bright, wide eyes, holds her mouth wide open and may pant excitedly, bounces around, play bows, and vocalizes or play growls. Signs of a relaxed dog: keeps his tail down or wags it, slacks his mouth and may even appear to smile, holds his ears neither backward nor forward, may allow his tongue to hang from his mouth, has hair that lies smooth and flat against his back. Many young children can be taught to read this language, but a very young child will have difficulty interpreting its subtleties. Focus instead on gentle behavior and continue to instill a more sophisticated understanding of dog language as your child grows, closely supervising any interactions with dogs. Introducing dogs to children. If you and your family are lucky enough to share your lives with a dog, practice safe habits. Lead by example and teach your children. Observe these basic dog safety guidelines. If you have an infant or a very young child, never allow a dog into the child's room without close supervision. Help your child understand that the dog does not enjoy a hug or a tight squeeze, and show her how to pat the dog gently instead. Teach your child never to pull the dog's ears or tail or attempt to climb on or ride the dog. Never allow your child to drag the dog around or play dress up with it. Please encourage your child or children to lower their voices when playing around dogs. Keep dogs and kids separated at snack time or during meals. Help your child learn to respect the dog's quiet time. When the dog retreats to his crate, the child should leave him alone. Likewise, help her understand that it's appropriate to play with the dog only when the dog wants to play. Let's talk about child's play and some safe games for your kids and the dog. Encourage healthy, fun interaction between the family pet and your child or children. Fetch is an excellent classic dog game if it does not become a game of tug-of-war with a toy or ball. Instruct your child to walk away if the dog will not surrender the object, and show her how to ask the dog to drop it on cue. Dog tricks are an excellent way to stimulate the dog and help him bond with the child. Set up an agility course with low jumps, tunnels, and hoops to crawl through. This is also safe, rainy day fun for dogs and kids indoors. Instead of chasing, teach the dog to run on a leash, but never allow a child to walk or run with the dog unsupervised. Play hide and seek with toys and treats. These activities are unsafe for a child to undertake with a dog. Allowing a new puppy to chew on fingers and clothing, chasing or being chased by the dog, encouraging the dog to jump up for food, a toy, or a stick, tug of war with the dog. This is a safe activity only for an adult or much older child, and when the dog understands, he must surrender the tug object to the person. Wrestling with the dog, teasing the dog. Discourage your child from putting her face close to the dog's and from holding the dog's gaze with direct frontal eye contact. Teach her instead to look at the dog and then away, looking at the dog and then away. This communicates to the dog that the child is not a threat. Teach your child never to approach the dog from behind. If the dog is on the sofa or chair and refuses to budge, help your child understand that you should never push or tug the dog out of the way, but seek your help instead. Teach your child never to attempt to take a toy or treat from the dog or to bother him while he is eating, drinking, or sleeping. Ask the child to come and get you if the dog is chewing something he should not. When your child visits a friend with a dog who makes her uncomfortable, help her understand it is okay to ask the adult in charge to put the dog in another room. Let sleeping dogs lie, knowing when to leave them be. Avoid petting or otherwise disturbing an unknown dog in its fenced enclosure. Avoid reaching your hand inside the open window of a car to pet an unknown dog. Avoid bothering a sleeping dog. Avoid bothering a dog who is eating or drinking. Avoid trying to take away a toy or a treat from a dog. Ask an adult for help. Avoid a mother dog and her pups. Avoid a loose dog you don't know. Inform your local animal control officer. For many of us, a special dog is essential in the family pack. Our beloved canines want to be our best friends. But even if you don't share your home with a dog, teaching your child safety around them is essential. And if you've been thinking about bringing home a new puppy or dog, get a leg up on safety ahead of time. Carefully research a wide range of breeds, paying special attention to breed-specific temperament. Also consider the dog's source. A retriever bred for prowess in the field may be unsuitable as a family dog. Dog safety starts with creatures who are destined to get along. Observe safety precautions and enjoy his company. There is no substitute for the enrichment that comes from the unconditional love of a dog. That's it. What questions do you have for us? Let us know on our socials, and we will do our best to answer them in an upcoming episode. Before we end the show, let's press pause for a sec. Maybe ask yourself, why did this resonate with me? What aspect of my relationship with my canine buddy could I apply this to? And what am I going to do differently this week to make my dog's training a little easier? So take time to mull it over, talk it out with a family member or trusted friend, put some ideas down in your training journal, and then check back next week for our next episode. And as always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this episode, so reach out and find me on Instagram at AKDogworks and let's spark a conversation. Until then, keep going. You are doing great. It's time to create the relationship with your dog that you've always dreamed of. Thanks for listening to Dogworks Radio. You can find the show notes for this episode and all others at alaskadogworks.com. And if you know someone in your life who needs help with their dog's training, be a hero and share our podcast with them, and we will see you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is Dogworks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michelle Forto. Our producer is Robert Florto and created for First Paw Media.
At DogWorks Radio, we're committed to producing high-quality content by a team with expertise and experience in their field in consultation with relevant qualified experts. For this piece on dog safety and families, Michelle Forto tapped her experience as a longtime dog trainer, podcaster, and dog owner. We rely on reputable primary sources, including government and professional organizations and academic institutions, and our writers' personal experiences where appropriate. We verify all facts and data, back them with credible sourcing, and revisit them over time to ensure they remain accurate and current. You can read more about our team, our contributors, and our editorial policies on our website, alaskadogworks.com.